Bleach time, and it's over. See you guys. I'm sorry I made that joke last week. I won't do it again. Wait, I already did. Shit. Uh, Bleach. Really, the progression was was more hidden in this chapter. Like last chapter, nothing happened, but this chapter, it seemed a lot slower than it actually was. There actually was a fair bit of progression here. We just didn't. It's hard to see it. I don't know, but um, what really matters here is that everybody is sort of reacting to each other. They can feel each other's spiritual pressure, Reiatsu, and basically they're all basically conjoining at one point. We just don't know it yet. Um, and there was a good speech from Kyoraku there. It was worthwhile. It was small, but it was good. Um, and of course, we had some information about Byakuya. Um, well, from him, I meant. Um, the fact that there's a high density of reishi here, so it's even higher than before. So like they can't like create footholds like they normally can, which is how they sort of float or fly. In that case, they actually create footholds in the air, um, but they can't really do that, which sucks because that's like a big method of transportation. But I mean, they still have their flash step, so or shunpo, whatever. Doesn't matter, whatever translation you decide to use. I'm an English step guy, but anyway, um, basically, Yuhabak names the tower. Uh, Varvelt, I think, is how it would be said if it's still in German, because the W is usually pronounced with a V, I believe, in German. I know I'm part German and I don't know this shit, but I think it's Varvelt. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I hope I said that right. But yeah, the tower got named. Um, you know, Kyoraku's pep talk. We're gonna win. We had some exposition. Was more the chapter was more of an exposition chapter with like slash setup. Two different things: setup and exposition. So this chapter is a little bit more forgivable for the pacing, I think. And it was okay. And honestly, that's it. See y'all whenever.
Okay, everybody, and welcome to this week's Bleach chapter review. This week's chapter was Bleach 628. Honestly, this is going to be a very short review because not much happened. I mean, it was just simply a lot of reacting to things. Like, we as readers have already learned all this information. A lot of this information already, but it's about the characters learning these pieces of information, which can be very annoying, but it's necessary because it's not like, oh, they're just gonna know just because we readers know. So with Bleach, basically, everyone's got there. They were like, oh, we all now Urahara's groups finding out about the change in the scenery of the Soul Palace, and basically we got to see you know, Yoriichi tells her group that, oh, I do have a brother. I have a brother. And everyone's, there's a little funny moment where they try to figure out what he looks like, imagine what he looks like first. A big, muscly guy that looks nothing like Yoriichi, and he's like, oh, it just looks like me. And then they all imagine, a cat with a sword. And he's like, no, not that, mate. So that was a little funny there, at least. But, and Yuha Box pretty much, then decides to raise a tower in the middle of his new Soul Palace, Soul King Palace, as a way of basically calling everyone out. So pretty much, hope it seems like in the next chapter or two, fighting will begin because Yuhabak just pretty much called everybody out. I mean, there wasn't much else. It was pretty much all that really happened. So it's was a kind of it was an okay chapter. I mean, you know, I've stated several times before how much I do not like Bleach's pacing, and it's just been worse in these last few weeks. So it's just not really that good of a chapter, but all these not so good chapters of Bleach are supposedly setting us up for something that might actually be good and legitimately awesome chapters of Bleach. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and see you next week.